Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by. Just want to do another quick update on some new fish I added. Ordered 4 new fish from JNL. Um, you can see, of course, the big yellow tang, or a medium size. I was trying to get a smaller one, but that's all they had. He's doing a great job. Some garlic seaweed there. Within an hour of me adding him, I had some snails with algae. He took the algae right off him and, picking at the rocks all day. So, doing his job very well. There's a blue Chromis somewhere. Boom. A big guy. It's all they had. I wanted to get a coral beauty, but decided to get the flame angel instead. I know you can get both. I've actually seen a tank with both in it, but I didn't want both, so he tends to hide a bit more. I'm gonna try to get him. But in the meantime, let's look at this little guy. Look at this little guy, the little Bangaii. They didn't have anything bigger. It was rather this little guy or a mated pair, which I hear can be a little aggressive. So I went with this little guy, and you know what? He's doing great. Nobody's bugging him. I'm feeding him the SPS powdered food because the mysis, the shrimp, too big for him to eat. So he's loving the SPS food. Yeah, you can see the goby peeking out there through the reflection. Him and the pistol shrimp are doing well. Speaking of shrimps, the peppermint shrimp from last time, he found a little home. Nope, the lighting's not going to work. The only thing I haven't seen since my last order is the Hector's goby. Everything else seemed to be okay, but that thing, I don't know. He's rather hiding or didn't make it. There we go. There's the flame angel, little guy there. Adds a ton of color. I love it. He just picks at the rocks all day. Wait, he's picking at some corals. I've seen him pick at these sticks here, and their polyps are sucked in. Monty there, his polyps are sucked in. Over here, sucked in. Everybody's sucked in. But you know what? Tested my water parameters. Everything's okay. The Zoa came back. One of her polyps popped out. My last video I mentioned they were all sucked in since I changed the magnesium to the Kent magnesium to try and get rid of the bryopsis, but it seems to be gone. The white stringy stuff I mentioned around the lepto here is gone. Excuse me. I apologize for the shaky camera too. But what I did is I added Vibrant. I've added it twice so far. I'm doing the once a week dosage. It says you can do twice a week if you have, bryopsis, bubble algae, turf algae, or if you have a dirty tank, do it once a week, or for clean tanks, once every 2 weeks. But there's a little bubble algae still. I mentioned this on the, you see on the bottom right of that frag, still a piece of bubble algae there. But the stringy stuff that was growing around these two frags is gone as well. So, it's hard to say if the Vibrant was the superhero of this tank or not, but I tell you, things, starting to come around again after me dosing the fluconazole and the flatworm exit 2 times, Speaking of flatworms, don't see those anymore. So thank you, Yellow Wrasse, and thank you, where are you? Oh, he's just hiding in there, the Mandarin goby. They were doing their jobs. I don't see any flatworms in the refugium, so that's where I saw them breed like crazy. So, whatever, they're just picking at it like crazy, and I don't have to add any more flatworm exit, which is nice. And I don't see any more on the glass. There were some spots on the glass I couldn't get with the mag float, being that I have this shelf here, which would be where the flatworms would breed like crazy. However, I don't see that anymore. So, things are starting to turn around. I have that par meter. I still have yet to do some accurate par measurements for each coral and see which coral needs what, and that's a whole nother process. But working 2 jobs now, it's hard to find the time. I'm actually tearing down a freshwater tank just to make more time for this one. And I did end up getting the net, ordering the net, the RedSea Net for this thing. It'll be here in a couple days. DIY kit. Reason I went with that's just because the frame, the racks I could have got locally at the hardware store just weren't very nice. Living in a small town, the selection is limited here. So I'll try to get a video out when that's done. Everything down below is okay. The clam, I swear, I don't know what's going on with the clam. I see more and more clams for sale here in Canada, and I see some Durassos that are so colorful, just color pouring all over the place. But the one I got is just looks gray. I mean, he does a touch of turquoise on him, but just since that's how I got him. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's a flame angel. The green star polyp gets all sucked in too, so hopefully things will be okay with him in there. I do feed the tank quite heavy, make sure everybody's happy and not picking at corals, and, you know, keeping the tang non-aggressive. So I have the garlic seaweed there. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time.